Good afternoon. I am Cesar Delgado from Back Roads of Illinois podcast on Google Podcast and YouTube with Dan Grant from Illinois Farm Bureau. Good afternoon. How are you today, Dan?
Hi, Caesar. I'm doing pretty good today. As I mentioned, just kind of winding down another very busy week here at Illinois Farm Bureau and putting out our main publication, Farm Week. So glad that's winding down. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thanks.
Excellent. Good to hear that.
Could you explain to the audience about August SWASD report?
Sure. Yeah. USDA just this morning here released a lot of numbers, threw a lot at us here today. Some of the key things was the crop production report, of course. Um, and I guess the theme of it was a lot of people were nervous they would have some really big yield estimates. And so while they're big and a little bit bigger than last year, um, they're not quite as big as the trade had feared. I believe the trade thought that the yield estimates would be about half a bushel higher than they were for both corn and beans. But as it turns out, they just stuck with 175.1 bushels acre for corn and 50.9 bushels for soybeans.
How is the weather models for Illinois?
Boy, that's a good question, Caesar. Man, has that ever changed? And I know you felt it up in your area. Gosh, we went from couldn't buy a rain there in a lot of May and June to, I know not all areas have gotten it, but boy, a lot have really seen a lot of rain. It's mostly been good, helped the crops. I've heard a lot of people say how much things have greened up, but on the flip side, there has been some issues with that, maybe some crop diseases returning. There's been a lot of severe weather. I was just talking to state water survey about that, and Illinois actually leads the nation right now for the year for tornado reports at about 125, and that was prior to some tornadoes we just had here this past week. So yeah, it has definitely changed, and it looks like the outlook is still to remain on this maybe cooler and maybe continue to be wetter pattern than that awful dryness we saw there, particularly in June.
We are going to be in Tornado Alley.
It sure feels like it, and yeah, there's actually been some analysis of that and some thoughts put out. And I don't have some official numbers in front of me, but based on how things have been, that in fact the what we've known as the traditional tornado alley is sort of creeping up to the north and east. And yeah, so we are almost have practically become a part of that, if you want to believe that trend.
I might be asking you what's new for Illinois Farm Bureau.
Boy, what's new for Illinois Farm Bureau? I mean, there's it seems like there's just always something going on. We've got a lot of people and staff down at the Illinois State Fair for the next week and a half. There'll be attending various booths down there. We'll have a large presence, as always, at the Farm Progress Show coming up, and gosh, barely more than a week away or 2 weeks away. There in Decatur. And internally, we've just, we constantly keep hiring, new people to as positions always turn over, and that's common for most companies. So there's just always, as they say, the more things change, the more they stay the same, I guess. So, I don't know if that's a very good answer, but yeah, just a lot going on as usual here at Farm Bureau.
Finally, are you going to win the Farm Progress Show in Decatur?
Yes, I definitely plan to be at this year's Farm Progress Show. Always enjoy the one, particularly in Decatur, just in our backyard. Not anything against the Iowa location. That's a great spot too. I just like being able to drive an hour away from home instead of having to spend a few nights. But looking forward to that and seeing what's new with a lot of ag companies and what technology will be coming out. I always find that exciting and kind of a sort of a glimpse into the future of agriculture a little bit. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Is there anything would you like to go to be telling the audience about Illinois Farm Bureau?
What to tell the audience about Farm Bureau? I mean, we've been here for over 100 years, put together by farmers looking to set up cooperative style from everything from representation at the state and national level to insurance, things like that. And it's led to farmer cooperatives through like Growmark, FS. So we're just here to serve the farmer and always promoting to those farmers who are not to consider joining Farm Bureau and becoming a member. And if you do, you'd receive Farm Week, which I write for. Have been doing that for quite a while. So that's one of the benefits.
Thanks for coming along with us for this afternoon and enjoy the state fair then.
Yes, why thank you, Caesar. Always good to talk with you. I hope things are going well, and I hope you have a good week coming up.
You too. This is Dan Grant from Illinois Farm Bureau out Bloomington, Illinois. You've been listening to Back Roads of Illinois. I am Cesar Delgado. I am your host today. I would truly appreciate you do subscribe to my podcast on YouTube. Thanks for listening to Back Roads of Illinois podcast. Have a great day.